everything that's going around.
Big man
I
of
mean,
way.
Swansea have been fantastic. But Rio has the chance. Rio Ferdinand has come back so strongly. He's been looked after. Obviously, there was a situation 2 or 3 seasons ago. I remember in the Master Derby when he just seemed to be struggling. I remember the game against Craig Bellamy in particular. But he's really worked. He's been managed. He's been helped. He's picked the games. And he's scored here today. Another man, of course, is unstoppable. Sir Alex Ferguson has showing great support and loyalty over the seasons. Remember all the stuff a few months ago about England and whether he should play for England, of course. That's the problem now for David Moyes, I suppose. That's a great story for Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, but Mike, we talked a lot about, what's the success of Manchester United, and
Giggs now into the area, and the shot is driven in wide by Anderson on that occasion.
we talk about the success of Manchester United. There are many, many things, and too many to list really. And, one of them is like Ryan Giggs, it's like Paul Scholes, it's like Rio Ferdinand. They've kept these players going together. Why? Because of the people in the back room. Michael has really worked very hard, so hard, in getting these players fit, keeping these players fit, and keeping them playing up until their late 30s, even 40s.
And that's why, as Steve was saying, everything's in place for David Moyes here. The backroom staff has been handpicked, and it really is a very well-oiled machine here. So, Rio Ferdinand has scored for Manchester United. I was struck by something Roy Keane said yesterday. I know that he didn't finish with Sir Alex Ferguson on the best of terms, but he said about Sir Alex yesterday, we just never ever wanted to let him down. That was the main thing that kept driving them forward. And they've gone forward again today in typical Ferguson style. They are about to win the game unless Swansea can respond with 3 minutes of added time. We're into the last 3 minutes of Sir Alex Ferguson's Old Trafford reign as manager here. He will be back, of course, in a different seat. His Manchester United team are leading Swansea by 2-1. They've been pushed all the way by the men from South Wales. But it's the veteran defender, really, Rio Ferdinand, who smashed one in at the far post to put Manchester United into the lead. The atmosphere is softening. And Percy has the ball now for United. Right across the face it goes. Too strong for Valencia. And Swansea still for maybe the last time over on the far side. It's the theatre of dreams, Steve, and it's been great theatre again.
Yeah, absolutely. You couldn't write the script better, could you?
Kagawa as Swansea, in the end,
the last tackle was 3 years ago.
Now maybe the inevitable facing them. Anderson for Manchester United. Anderson's ball into Van Persie on the turn, couldn't get enough power in the strike, and it comes out and it's saved by Trumbull.
We were talking earlier, Mike, weren't we, about the end of this game, and it was petering out into a draw. And typical of Manchester United, we said that they'll score in the last 10 minutes, and they have done with 2 minutes to go. And just looking down on the bench there, just had a shot of Sir Alex. He had a little smug grin on his face, as if to say, yeah, there again, still got it, even though I'm going.
I mean, whatever happened here, if they lost the game, if they drawn the game, I suppose it still wouldn't have been an anticlimax because everybody's here today to say goodbye and to pay their tribute. But it just makes it so much sweeter, I suppose, from his point of view. And listen to that he's going out on a complete high.
Absolutely, and deserves to do that.
You couldn't write it. This man is going on high. This man is going on to the high. Not seen.
As Steve McLaren's been saying, you couldn't really...
Since Boston won the World Series.
Ryan Giggs running from the halfway line, but anyway, last seconds. They don't need Fergie time today. They have the game now under their control. They lead by 2-1. It all began in November here against Queen's Park Rangers with a John Cederbeck goal. I was here on that day. That was a rather nondescript game, really. But none of us knew what was going to lie in front of us, of course, in football. Unprecedented.
Who could have run that win here on Sunday made work?
Red flags flying all around Old Trafford. 10 seconds I make it to go. All eyes on the referee, all cameras on the dugout. Referee looks at his watch for the first time and for the second time. Sir Alex Ferguson has tried to keep a low profile throughout the game. A wonderful career at Old Trafford ends with another Manchester United victory. He gets up out of his seat. There's a hug with one or two of the staff.
Do they get the title?
Down there wanting to join in as well. Glory, glory, Man United is the song. Suddenly it goes a little quiet. We think that Sir Alex Ferguson may go straight to the centre circle and talk to the crowd here. We'll just wait and see. But, well, I doubt whether we're going to see these sorts of scenes in this stadium again. Well, not in my lifetime, but certainly for a very long time.
No, in mine.
You know, we came here, we knew it was going to be a celebration, we knew it was going to be a party. We wondered about the game. It's been a terrific game, especially the second half. Very, very apt that the last 2 minutes, Manchester United get to the winner. And now everybody's looking forward to exactly what he's going to say. Looking forward to the words that, how can you express what 26...
This is our call that moment. They won!
...to a few short sentences. How he's going to feel, how he's feeling, why he's done it, and what he's going to give this crowd.
I'm going to die.
He's given them for 26 years. What is he going to say? We're all in anticipation of that.
For the first time, for a very long time, it's just gone a little quiet as everyone's reflecting and now wondering. The Swansea players are making their way off the field. They know that this is no longer about them here today.
They're going back to work on the next race. Back to work.
1989, Terror Fergie. 3 years of excuses. I think he's here today with a very different version. All the banners have been proclaiming, of course, an unprecedented achievement. I'm just trying to find him at the moment down there. Where is Sir Alex Ferguson?
He's hugging every player. He's right in the centre circle. He's hugging every player. Especially Rio Ferdinand, who said, I couldn't believe it. Literally, he said, I couldn't believe it.
We're witnessing the end of an era.
This is the last time that Rio Ferdinand will be reliving that goal. So all the Manchester United players who've taken part in this game are in the centre circle. And Sir Alex Ferguson is about to speak to the crowd for the last time. Let me just stand over now.
As the rulers of English football, the most revered club in the land. Many clubs aspire to be champions, and in the 21-year history of the Premier League, only a handful have scaled this mountain. We, as the reigning champions, have history in our mercy, and our destiny is firmly in our own hands.
We are going.
The man who has been part of the tapestry of the history of this club has won 5 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 7 Charity Community Shields, 1 European Cup Winners' Cup, 1 European Super Cup, 2 Champions League titles, Intercontinental Cup, 1 FIFA Cup, and 13 Premier League titles.
Hey, Manchester has been completely mistaken. This is a moment that will live in history.
The core of what the Super Cup is meant to be.
God.
But, first of all, it's a thank you to Manchester United, not just the directors, not just the medical staff, the coaching staff, the players, the supporters. It's all of you. You have been the most fantastic experience of my life. Thank you.
I'm in awe of what these men have done for British sport and the British game. He took on.
I've been able to manage some of the greatest players in the country, let alone Manchester United. And all these players here today have represented our club the proper way. They won a championship in a fantastic fashion. Well done to the players.
Now,
my retirement doesn't mean for my life at the club.
The
I
fun
really
part.
do enjoy watching them rather than suffer with them. But
Yeah.
if you think about it, those last-minute goals, the comebacks, even the defeats, are all part of this great football club of ours. And it's been an unbelievable experience for all of us. So thank you for that.
I mean,
I'd also like to remind you that when we had bad times here, the club stood by me, all the staff stood by me, the players stood by me. Your job now is to stand by our new manager.
It's a dumb thing. That ain't going out the way my puppy did.
That is the problem.
Unbelievable. They won't wait for some flowers.
Before I start bubbling,
I have shot my...
I just want to pay tribute to Paul Scholes, who retires today.
And they going out. A champion.
Unbelievable. One of the greatest players this club has ever had and ever will have. Paul, we wish you a good retirement. I know you'll be around annoying me.
He's
Also,
taken.
I'd like to just say a little word wishing Darren Fletcher a speedy comeback to our club. I wish the players every success in the future. You know how good you are. You know the jersey you're wearing. You know what it means to everyone here. And don't ever let yourself down. The expectation is always there. So, I'm going home. I just want
but he's not gonna...
From all the Ferguson family. They're all up there. They're living grandchildren.
He got chicks stick around. He got chicks stick around, so... Is he going?
Just that address really said everything in terms of, first of all, Sir Alex Ferguson talking about everything that's underpinned his life really, with his government upbringing, the team spirit, really putting it all at the team, first of all, on the backroom staff. He's going to make his way up at the moment, slowly, but he will be back to get the medal and possibly to lift the cup.
He's coming back with a title!
I always remember him saying, Steve alongside you and be glad he's on your side and never forget the shirt you're wearing and what you represent. And it's rare for him to pick out players, but to pick out Paul Scholes was right, to pick out Darren Fletcher as well. And the other thing, Steve, no greater tribute to Sir Alex Ferguson than all the Swansea fans have stayed to hear him as well. They could have easily, they've got a long way to go.
They could have, in the train. They want to see the land.
I was there in this momentous day, this retirement day.
You were there when Boy John Kennedy in the 60s. They were there.
Also, when he said he's got no notes.
And I've spoken to people.
It was all, and I couldn't believe it. You could turn up at any event, go anywhere, he'd have no notes.
People were there when telling the Gordon Strike. People were there when they all got some. These are moments that are extremely confident.
And all came out in the moment, and that was what you got today. That kind of speech, all in the very special.
We are staying with this.
Manager, which was very, very important. That's a message for the fans. Players, it's always about the players, always. And you mentioned it. Don't let the jersey down.
No better example of the spontaneity. I went to the Bobby Robson Memorial Service in Durham when Sir Alex spoke for 10-15 minutes without notes, and when he was asked afterwards about the fact that he didn't have any notes, he said, I don't need notes to talk about Sir Bobby Robson, and he certainly didn't. And the other final thing, Ian, I wanted to say, as we go back to you, was he mentioned the support again that was shown to him in 1989 when Manchester United believed in him. And that's another thing, I think, which has made sure in his mind, in the future, there was never any sitting on laurels. He can remember what happened in 1989, and that propelled him forward.
I have seen someone news. Mark Ferguson farewell was another great sporting moment.
After a very sudden illness, and his address was so lovely. He just picked out a story that must have happened ages and ages ago. He said,
that right there was broadcasting as he found the BBC Radio 5 I can't completely proper Disney Duck. No disrespect to him, and no disrespect to his wife, but when you get answer, don't deserve. Don't cut me off your broadcasting call.
One of Britain's most wanted fugitives has been arrested in Spain.
Oh,
Andrew Moran, who's 31, was detained in a raid on a villa in the Costa Blanca. He was convicted of armed robbery after escaping from court in 2005. A teenager has been charged over an acid attack in Romford in Essex. The 28-year-old victim, called Tara, is being treated at a specialist burns unit after her face and upper body were injured. The 15-year-old boy from Romford will appear before Barkingside magistrates tomorrow. He's accused of throwing corrosive fluid with intent to do grievous bodily harm. Labour is accusing David Cameron of losing control of his party after Michael Gove became the first senior member of the government to say he'd vote to leave the EU. But the Education Secretary said the best course was to follow David Cameron's plan to renegotiate powers. And the Defence Secretary has announced that small firms are to be
I was about to say about
staff can join the military reserves. Philip Hammond wants to double the size of the Territorial Army to 15,000 from 15,000 to 30,000. The Army's strength is being cut.
This is 5 Live Sports with Ian Payne.
Thank you, Ian.
well, welcome back to Old Trafford, where the impossible dream is ringing out again around this magnificent stadium. Steve McLaren is alongside me, and we're waiting for the players to come out. We've been told it will be 7 minutes between leaving the pitch and coming back as well. And it was interesting making a special plea there to Paul Scholes for his contribution. I was looking at an interview on the website on the BBC with Mark Chapman that was done a couple of years ago, in which he interviewed Scholes, and Scholes said it was a very painful process because he actually hates doing interviews. And he actually remembered the story in which he thought he was going to be sacked midway through his career, Paul Scholes, because he refused to play in a League Cup game against Arsenal. I don't know if you remember this, Steve. After being a sub in the previous game, which he felt he should have played in, refused to
be easy. Ultra Magic Day.
Have to fine you 2 weeks.
They don't want them doing nothing to do with doing job.
Forgotten. So there was no grudge born at all. He thought he was going to lose his place at the club. Yeah, that's right. But that's the kind of manager that he was. He made a point. Discipline was very, very key to him. When he disciplined,
that's not the thing. That's a girl for diamonds. They don't deserve this moment. I bet it. They don't deserve it this moment.
Eric Harrison feared him. And it was sort of like an apprenticeship for them, because they were eventually going to fear the gaffer. And
I was hoping that the gaffer was right.
You know, in the end, you do not want to let the gaffer down. And that's what he instills in his players. So he knows when their lack of discipline, when they do something, it's not really...
They're going to be a government now.
He says, you're letting me down, and that's enough for the player to feel sorry, remorse, has to accept the consequences are fine, but then it's all forgotten, get on with it. While we wait for the trophy presentation, let me just round on what else has happened today. I think it's fair to say that there are 3 clubs who could still go down. If Wigan don't beat Arsenal on Tuesday, they're down. If they do manage to beat them, then Sunderland and Aston Villa are still in trouble. But Newcastle are not. They had a 2-1 win at Queen's Park Rangers today, and Alistair Bruce-Ball was watching it. What was it like, Al?
It was nervy to begin with for Newcastle. Very nervy, actually. They went behind to a slightly debatable penalty, and they just looked like they were very, very edgy about their situation. QPR with nothing to play for. started pretty well. Newcastle then got a softish penalty of their own. Ben Arthur won that. Jose Bosingwa definitely tugged his shirt. Sometimes you see them given, sometimes you don't. And once they'd scored that goal, Newcastle looked the better team, went on to win it with a goal just before half-time thanks to an awful back pass from Jose Bosingwa. Not much going on in the second half, apart from Newcastle having to survive the last 10 minutes with 10 men because their goalkeeper Rob Elliott was sent off. Alan Pardew was absolutely furious about that. Elliott was sent off for handling the ball outside his penalty area. Pardew was arguing that the assistant, from his angle, couldn't be 100% sure that Elliott was definitely outside the box. But bottom line is that Newcastle won.
I never thought I'd hear this thing.
He was relieved, he was happy. He was fired up as well, but we started by asking him just how important that victory was to Newcastle.
A lot of mistakes, but ultimately it was the win that mattered. And the draw at West Brom, the draw at West Ham, and this win has seen us over the line. And that's been very, very important for our club, because we're a massive club. And I thought at the start of that game, we was carrying the burden of all the pressure that was on the club and all the rest around us. We looked so nervous. Unfortunately, the goal settled us down and we were better then. We made mistakes this year. Could I have put my best 11 out this year? Where would we finish? Probably top 6, top 8, I think. How many times I put it out?
What's that?
Twice, 3 times. You know, there is a bit of a glass ceiling in this Premiership. We almost broke through like Everton did. Very difficult to get past that. But this year, it's been one thing after another. And you know what? In my experience, usually everything goes down for the injuries that we've had and some of the bad misfortune, blah, blah, blah. But we didn't. We got our togetherness that was really, really badly reported about us. Some of the things we've had to part with are absolutely terrible, about riffs and this and that. It's so insulting to the professionalism of the players I've got. And therefore,
you know what, that deal with this
I'm sure will be crying in their beer time.
That's the Newcastle match.
What do they still celebrate?
Rivals and neighbours Sunderland are not. They led against Southampton, but Jason Puncheon scored very soon after he came off the substitutes bench to make the final score. Sunderland won, Southampton won, and Paolo Di Canio was left frustrated at letting their lead slip.
Always unhappy, you know, if you are 1-0 up and then you go. But to be honest, well, today